everyone, hope you all are fit and fine and expecting that you have seen your first video of the chapter 3rd in history, that is an empire across the 3 continents. And in that video we have covered that topics like the area up to where the empires were spread. The two big empires were Roman empires and Iranian empire. Then we saw through map skill that up to where these empires were expanded and how they started gradually ruling upon each other. And now today we are going to cover again the same early phases of Roman Empire, where we can see the three main political players, we can say, as were ruling in the Roman Empire. And who were these? We have seen in previous video also. They were Roman monarchies, Roman republics and Roman empires. So here Roman monarchy means the time period when the complete ruling was in the hands of king. We have seen where the complete authority was in the hands of king. King was the complete ruler. Now here gradually time changed and another group arose, and they started taking the charge of ruling in their hand, and they were equivalent to king, we can say, and they were called as senates in Roman Republic. And now the third group they arose were army. These army were the soldiers in the Roman Empire, and they were well paid, and they used to serve at least 25 years of their life in as a soldier, or we can say the army of Roman Empire. And then these army, what happened that they started hating Senate group, and these Senate groups were the people, those who are being joined from the wealthy family. They were the richer family. If you remember in French Revolution, the criteria of society was divided into three groups, where some privileges were given to the first two states. In the same way, these were the privileged class in the Roman Empire. Senates were the privileged class, and they were highly hated by the army, the next class of the Roman society. And it is being assumed that these army people or the soldiers, whenever they want to expand the empire, they can expand, and whenever they don't want to expand or they don't want to support, then the empire cannot be expanded. This was the main strength or the power of the army. This army used to hate senates. Why? Because these senates used to only decide with the help of king. They only used to take the decision of their salary, their next, we can say, growth or the promotions. All these were dependent on senates. That's why these army people or the soldiers of the Roman Empire, they used to hate senates, the privileged class. So what happened? Among these, only one of the emperor, it is being assumed as his name was Augustine. So this Augustine arose around 27 BC to 3 AD. This time period was called as a golden time period of Roman Empire, because lot of prosperity, lot of development, lot of economic changes arose in his time period. So he was the first person who is assumed as that he was the person who put off the complete Senate society from the early Roman Empire, and he took the authority in his hand and declared himself as a king. If you remember the Napoleon Bonaparte in your French Revolution, in the same way we can say Augustine. And this time period of Augustine is called as the Augustan age. And now this Augustine, there is one particular thing about the Augustine, that he did not declare himself as a dictator of the Roman Empire, though he was from military, but he did not and never ruled like a dictator. Okay, and then this Augustine developed so many things, we can say gold coins and silver coins, all these were being bought up by him in Roman Empire. And also the external war, which were very popular during the time of kings and senates, were very less, because he wanted to get the support of army. So no external war took place more during Augustan age, and lot of development arise. That's why this time period remembered as a very prosperous time for the Roman Empire. Let's see some more features of Augustan age. It was the time when internal political stability was there, expansion of colonial empire was there, and technological progress in industry and agriculture was growing very fast. After that, several Coffee houses flourished in the town. They were intellectuals and social centers for the debates. Women were excluded from political life. Britain was still the ruler country and the life expectancy was low. The third century, the century of crisis. It is called as the century of crisis because the first two centuries were the time period of great peace, prosperity and economic development. Whereas in the third century, a war, time period of civil war took place where around 25 emperors continuously they started changing for last 47 years of that time period, and it is the time period of 100 years where lot of crises took place. One, the continuous changes of the emperor in the empire, Roman Empire, and second, the great we can say war was taking place. What was that war? That under Iranian Empire, a new empire arose around year 225, that was Sasanian Empire. It started around 225 and it was very aggressive dynasty. It was moving from the Euphrates river side towards the Roman Empire. So crossing the river Euphrates, their attempt was to capture European Empire. So this was the, we can say, time period when the great war was taking place under this century. Again we can say that from Rhine and these two rivers, the Germanian Empire, these Germanian towards this side, Germanians army also started attacking upon Roman Empire, and from this side Sasanians started moving towards the Euphrates river. They started moving for the attack. So this was the time period when Roman Empire was facing a great critical situation. From all corners they were under the pressure of war. That's why this is called as the third century crisis. One more reason is being assumed by the historians that it was the time when we can say a kind of disease spread, that was plague. Due to that, lot many people died and so much of, we can say, economic destruction took place and lot of disturbance in the political situation as well as the administration took place. That's why this time period is remarkable time period and assumed as the third century as a century crisis. Let us see few more points towards the crisis of the 3rd century. As we have seen, there were 30 different emperors who ruled simultaneously in Rome. Due to that, political instability arose. And one more situation we saw, that hyperinflation. It means the cost price of basic needs were very high in that time period. Also, we saw the complete Rome was under the grip of plague, a very hazardous disease. Due to that, lot of casualty took place. On the other hand, we saw the emperors were surrounded by external war and pressures. Let us see the face of late Roman emperors, who were the popular one and what type of changes they brought under their administration. First one was Diocletian. He brought the change in the complete administrative system, where he increased the bureaucracy for more effective administration and divided the complete empire of Roman into two parts, that is East Roman and West Roman. Another great leader in the late Roman Empire was Constantine the Great. He was the leader who brought wonderful changes towards the economic conditions, social life and religious matter. He converted religion of Rome into Christianity, and also he changed the capital after his name, that is Constantinople. This was the change which he brought in his time period. Let us see the development of social, cultural and economic growth in the Roman Empire. So we start from social status. Let us see how family used to live in Roman Empire. So basically we find they used to believe in living nuclear family. Nuclear family means the family where husband, wife and children only used to live. And also it is believed that adult son after marriage, they have to leave their family and they need to make their own separate house. So it means what? That adult son do not live with family after marriage. Also, slaves were practiced in family. So these were the features of the family. How do they live? Status of women in Roman Empire. The first feature is that women had legal rights to hold father's property after death. Even after marriage, they can hold the property of their parents. So this was their legal right. And also, arranged marriage was general norm for all women, and it was very easy to take divorce, and sometimes these women were also being harshly beaten and badly treated by their husband. This happened just because of this property holding scene. When women used to get the property, gradually what happened, these Roman men started dominating women with their men power and started capturing the property of girls' father and started owning upon them. So this was a practice, we can say, started in Roman Empire, and which made the miserable condition of the women later on. Now let us see towards the cultural growth of Roman Empire. As we all know, in Roman Empire there was a diversity of different languages. We can say they are merged with different languages. Different language. They used to wear different types of attire or clothes, different or stylish clothes. Then they used to eat different type of food or varieties of food. They used to settle their life in different places. Also, for that we can say they have different settlements. So these were the way they used to live in, and due to the diversity in the language, caste, culture, color, creed, we can say it was diverse with lot many things, and development took place in so many areas. Let us see towards the economic and literary growth. They were enriched with the economic activities such as trading was very popular. And this trading helped to exchange their ideas and culture from one place to another place. And now we can say for trading purpose, so many people or the rulers who arrived in that time period, they introduced coins. Coins for trading were very popular to use, and we can say it means economic growth was highly prosperous. So these were very common feature. Apart from this, we can say the literary growth of Roman Empire was highly enriched. They were very popular towards the Greek and Latin language. They considered that language for their administration. After that, there were so many evidence we can see in the paintings and the walls of ancient engravement, that archaeological department, they predicted that they were very much good in writing, and they used to write with the several scripts and languages. So these walls which are shown in the picture are the examples of their literary work.
Some common reason behind the declination of the Roman Empire. Citizens lost the confidence because of the decay of leadership and its value. Army deteriorated because of invasion and participation of the war. Population and cities of Roman declined because of disastrous disease and also the participation of war. Political corruption was more and more in every corner. Due to that, we can say there was a time of century crisis where 30 emperors simultaneously changed. And economic weakness was spread because of famine and unemployment. These were the reasons behind it. Now, life after Roman Empire. Barbarian established the kingdom throughout the empire after Roman Empire.